What turns a warplane into something soldiers dread before they ever see it? We are counting down 10 aircraft that earned fear through very different means: sound, speed, stealth, and raw destruction. Starting at number 10, a dive bomber that sank carriers. In the 10th place, the Douglas SBD Dauntless weaponized gravity. This carrier-based dive bomber terrorized naval commanders with surgical vertical annihilation. Pilots pushed the aircraft into screaming 70-degree dives, plunging straight down from 20,000 feet to release a 1,000-pound bomb. This steep trajectory left Japanese sailors with virtually no warning and zero time to react. At the Battle of Midway, this relentless precision proved fatal, sinking 4 enemy aircraft carriers in a single day. Pulling out of the dive forced crews to endure 4 Gs of crushing pressure, turning precision flight into carrier-killing terror. Number 9. The Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress brought unyielding, high-altitude terror to the skies of Europe. Moving in massive daylight bomber streams, these heavy bombers turned strategic bombing into a constant psychological threat. By flying in tight combat box formations, crews linked their heavy armament, up to 13 50-caliber machine guns per plane, to create a devastating mutual shield against enemy fighters. This interlocking fire network shredded interceptors, while the B-17's legendary ability to fly home with severed tails and shredded wings reinforced its fortress reputation. For those on the ground, its rumbling 4-engine hum signaled inescapable heavy destruction. Number 8. The Junkers Ju-87. Stuka weaponized psychological panic as deliberately as explosive payloads. Unlike high-altitude bombers, this German dive bomber made sound a weapon of terror. Engineers mounted wind-driven sirens called Jericho trumpets to the landing gear, producing an ear-shattering wail during vertical dives. This shriek signaled imminent, precise destruction to troops huddled below in Poland and France. Automatic dive brakes stabilized the aircraft at near vertical angles, allowing pilots to plunge straight down and release bombs with terrifying accuracy before pulling out of blackout-inducing dives. The siren meant death was seconds away. Number 7. The Mikoyan-Gurevich MiG-15 shattered the expectations of Western pilots almost overnight during the Korean War. Entering combat in late 1950, this Soviet fighter introduced revolutionary swept-back wings and a blistering speed of 650 miles per hour, rendering older piston-era aircraft instantly obsolete. United Nations crews flying high-altitude B-29 bombers suddenly faced an interceptor that could climb rapidly into their formations, tearing them apart with heavy cannons. The technological shock of its appearance collapsed previous assumptions about air superiority, forcing pilots to adapt or die in the newly weaponized skies. 6th place goes to the McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom II, a massive roaring interceptor that defined missile-age air power. While earlier fighters excelled in single roles, this heavy metal beast dominated everything at once. It was powered by 2 engines that pushed it past Mach 2.2, and the Phantom used advanced radar-guided missiles to destroy targets from beyond visual range. It also carried nearly 19,000 pounds of weapons, unleashing devastating strikes on the ground. With its thundering afterburner roar and overwhelming versatility, this aircraft was impossible to outrun, hard to ignore, and terrifying to face. Number 5. The Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird weaponized absolute invulnerability. Flying faster than Mach 3 at 85,000 feet, this black jet sliced through hostile airspace with complete impunity. It carried no bombs, yet its reconnaissance cameras turned information into a terrifying strategic weapon. For adversaries, the dread came from sheer helplessness. Soviet radar operators could track the intrusion, but had no way to stop it. MiG-25 interceptors pushed their limits, only to watch the Blackbird vanish into the thin upper atmosphere. Air defenses locked onto a target they could never touch, proving entirely obsolete. Fourth place. The Fairchild Republic. A 10 Thunderbolt II brought terror down to an intimate battlefield level. Built around the heavy GAU-8A Avenger 30mm rotary cannon, this heavily armored tank killer was designed to hunt at low altitudes. For ground troops, the dread was immediate and prolonged. While other jets struck from high above and vanished, the A-10 lingered, protected by a titanium bathtub cockpit and redundant flight systems. Its distinct acoustic profile, a thunderous cannon burst arriving seconds after the armor-piercing shells had already struck, meant that once this machine arrived, the threat would not pass quickly. Number 3. The Boeing B-52 Stratofortress projected destructive pressure on a global scale. While the historic B-29 Superfortress introduced atomic fear, the B-52 carried strategic bombardment into a far more enduring long-range era. This giant of the Cold War possessed intercontinental reach, capable of striking anywhere on Earth without warning. Carrying up to 70,000 pounds of nuclear or conventional ordnance, its mere presence threatened total annihilation. For adversaries on the ground, the terror of the B-52 began long before it came into view, heralded only by the low-frequency rumble of its 8 turbojet engines. In second place, the Lockheed AC-130 gunship turned fire support into a psychological siege. While traditional bombers strike once and vanish, this heavily armed transport loiters for hours, carving a continuous left-hand orbit around its prey. From 12,000 feet, it unleashes a devastating side-firing torrent of 105mm, 40mm, and 30mm cannon rounds. Operating under the cover of total darkness, its advanced thermal sensors pierce the night, leaving adversaries with the terrifying realization that they are being watched, hunted, and systematically cornered by an invisible predator circling slowly overhead. And finally, in first place, the Lockheed F-117. Nighthawk weaponized absolute uncertainty. This black jet made invisibility its greatest shield. Its faceted, diamond-cut angles and radar-absorbent paint shrunk its radar signature to the size of a small bird. On the opening night of the Gulf War, it slipped undetected into Baghdad's air defenses, launching silent surgical strikes. This invisible threat created immediate panic. Iraqi operators shut down their radar arrays entirely, terrified that any active signal would draw a precision bomb from an unseen predator. Do you agree with our ranking, or should another aircraft take the top spot? Let us know in the comments. These 10 machines prove true. Aerial terror is psychological. By turning the sky into an inescapable threat, they dominated before firing a shot. Which aircraft terrifies you most?